Have you ever wondered why some people hear God's truth and are transformed forever, while others walk away unchanged? Why do some people seem so close to God, yet become consumed by stress, distractions, and the pursuit of success? Over 2,000 years ago, Jesus answered these questions with a simple story about a farmer and some seeds. But hidden inside that story is a message that reveals the condition of every human heart. And by the end of this video, you may discover which soil represents you. One day, Jesus sat before a large crowd and began teaching in parables. A parable is a story that uses familiar images to reveal deeper spiritual truths. To the crowd, it sounded like a lesson about farming. But to those willing to listen carefully, it revealed the secrets of God's kingdom. Jesus began. A farmer went out to sow his seed. In the ancient world, farmers would scatter seed by hand across their fields. As the seed fell, it landed in different places, and each place produced a different result. The seed was the same. The farmer was the same. Only the soil was different. Some seed fell along the path. The ground was hard. The seed could not penetrate the surface. Before it had any chance to grow, birds came and carried it away.
Jesus explained that this represents a person who hears God's message but never truly receives it.
The truth remains on the surface. It never reaches the heart. And before understanding can take root, the enemy snatches it away. Many people hear God's truth, but hearing and receiving are not the same thing. A closed heart cannot be transformed by a message it refuses to embrace. Other seed fell on rocky ground. It sprang up quickly. At first, everything looked promising. The plant appeared healthy, strong, alive. But beneath the surface, there was a problem. There was no depth, no root. When the heat of the sun arrived, the plant withered. Jesus said this represents people who receive God's word with joy. They are excited, inspired, passionate. But when hardship arrives, their faith disappears. Emotion can start a journey, but only deep roots sustain it. Faith that survives must grow beyond excitement. It must become conviction. Other seed fell among thorns. Unlike the rocky soil, this plant actually grew. But so did something else: the thorns. Gradually, they stole the sunlight, the nutrients, the space, until the plant became unfruitful. Jesus explained that the thorns represent the worries of life and the deceitfulness of wealth. The danger is not always opposition. Sometimes it is distraction. Not every spiritual threat attacks from the outside. Some slowly grow alongside faith until they choke it. Success, fear, busyness, comfort. The heart becomes crowded, and God's word is no longer the priority. Then Jesus described the final soil, good soil. The seed enters deeply. Roots develop, growth continues, storms come, heat arrives, yet the plant survives and eventually produces a harvest 30 times, 60 times, even 100 times what was planted. Jesus said this represents those who hear God's word, understand it, embrace it, and allow it to transform their lives. The evidence is fruit, not perfection. Fruit, a changed character, greater love, greater faith, greater obedience, a life that blesses others. Afterward, the disciples asked Jesus an important question. Why do you speak to the people in parables? Jesus explained that parables reveal truth to those who are willing to seek it. But to those who reject God's voice, the deeper meaning remains hidden. The problem was never a lack of information. It was a lack of openness. Many people could hear the words, few were willing to receive them. This parable is not asking us to judge others. It is asking us to examine ourselves. Which soil are we becoming? Has disappointment made our hearts hard? Have we built shallow faith without deep roots? Have worries and distractions crowded out God? Or are we allowing His truth to take root and bear fruit? The question Jesus asks is still alive today. What kind of soil is your heart? The good news is that soil can change. A hard heart can soften. Shallow roots can grow deeper. Thorns can be removed. God is still planting seeds, still speaking, still transforming lives. The question is not whether the seed is powerful. The question is whether we will receive it, because one seed planted in good soil can produce a harvest beyond imagination. And that harvest begins with a heart willing to listen. Whoever has ears, let them hear.